pretty interesting, the first one. Things were getting heated up, and we are gonna take it over to Valery, who's gonna continue on the topic line. Who is then behind that mysterious technology? Who is manipulating this Earth's current situation?
Well, actually, who is living around us on a higher level but watching us? They are not manipulating. They are doing their business, and the main goal for them is to preserve the planet on which actually they are also living. And this planet, Earth, is the mother not only for us, for our civilization. This is the mother for them too. And this is the chance where at least 2 or 3 civilizations living on the planet Earth and actually very closely communicating with each other. But for us, we don't see it, but they really see and they realize this communication. So this is the chance when these 3 civilizations, 3 powers, they can move together and multiplying our technologies, our wish to help and save the mother planet and our civilization, our kids. This is the chance which can give us a quite different future. Not negative, very much positive.
Have they been spoken about the ancients in the ancient texts, or are these surprise newcomers that even you are not aware of and you're still trying to understand?
I didn't understand your question clearly. So can you explain again what you mean?
Basically, what I'm trying to ask is that whoever these higher beings are that you're referring to, are these beings referred to in the ancient texts that you have been working with and translating over the years? Or are these someone surprise, a newcomer that you're not really even familiar with? I'd like to understand who they are, and have you been aware of them for a long time, or are they someone new?
Well,
because you referred to making contact with them.
The information about existence of civilization which are very close to us, you can find in ancient texts, for sure. But when you're reading the ancient texts, you should put your head, your perception in a special order. Just always keeping in mind that those texts have been written by different people, being on a different level of knowledge and understanding. Plus, these texts have been translated then into English or Russian or German, and this translation have been done not perfect. And the last idea is that it's not correct to read just one text. You should read many texts and translate it by different interpreters. And you need time and calmness, and then you will start see and not only feel, see that our civilization, especially in previous times, like 10, 15,000 years ago, in a very close connection with extraterrestrial civilization. And those extraterrestrials, whom in ancient texts we call Anunnaki, for example, they are not from far situated outer space. No, they have been from Mars and Maldek, which is now destroyed, and we see the asteroid belts. But beside it, and what is, I think, most important, there are few civilizations which is living on the planet Earth, but they are living in a parallel reality, in a parallel dimension. actually, world is constructed by a very special, very interesting way. And this is the reason why, for example, some people who are deeply engaged, for example, in oil business, they are talking, and I was talking with some leaders of these companies when they have been asking, listen, Valery, strange situation we observe. We are getting oil out, but the level of oil do not fall down. It means that somebody is giving oil more and more and more. And here I was laughing and explained, listen, oil will never come to an end on planet Earth. And not because, as somebody said, that oil, this is the blood of the planet Earth, and like blood is created by by the spine, by the bone cells, and so on and so on. And that's why it's renewed and we have more. No, it's just because by a very natural way, when a certain energetical influences are coming from outer space to the planet Earth, and they are affecting the core of the planet, core of the planet is reacting and emitting a very special type of energy connected with space and time. And this type of energy, this emission of energy, makes kind of a transitional hole between one or another dimension. And this is the moment when the oil from one dimension is moving to our dimension. So it's continuous exchange of oil. It means as much of dimensions of the Earth we have here, between these dimensions, all oil is always moving to and forth. This is the reason why oil will be always on the same level. And the same with technologies which we are talking about, because humanity on a much higher level of development is very close to us. And what is important? This is not grays or greens. No, this is the people exactly like we are. The same type, genetical type, but they are 5,000 at least years ahead of us in development. And these very clever, very wise people, being in connection in ancient times with Martian civilization and civilization on the Maldek, they created here on the planet Earth and in the parallel dimension the installation. It's like a very big but very special tool, like I don't know how to call it better, which creates a special electromagnetic missiles which are shutting down meteorites and asteroids.
Yeah, they are.
Especially those ones who are carrying a dangerous bacteria.
Okay.
So we are now again coming back to the understanding that there is something what humanity is watching for the last at least 100 years, consciously watching. For example, let's start from Tunguska case. This is exactly explosion which have been organized by this installation. This installation shut it down, meteorite carrying a dangerous bacteria. And then for many times, each year, within the last 5 years, it was at least 5 explosions, 5 attacks of asteroids carrying a dangerous bacteria over the planet Earth. So let's get back to what I was talking before. The technology is really existing. It is here. What we need is just to get access. We need to put we need to get in the friendship with those ones, earthly civilization living in a parallel dimension. Then we will manage the situation and we will defend our planet against asteroid impact, which is actually in store for us in 5-6 generation.
Okay. You're referring parallel universes, but I think it was you who...
No, it's not parallel universe. No. No. It's not parallel universe. It's again, try to understand. It's like hard disk on a computer. We have hard disk and we have a RAM memory. On a hard disk, we can create 1,000 directories with the name Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, and so on, Earth 1000. And then in each directory, we copied a file, the file which contains the destiny of the whole humanity. It's all these people, millions of people, millions of people in this different direction. And then we can exchange information between these different directories, which really exists on the disk, through RAM memory, through the buffer. And then what actually is going on? In reality, the speed of time in each directory was changed. In one directory, the speed is higher, in the other is slower. And it means if you have knowledge, and if we have a technology, you can look in the parallel dimension and see what happened with the planet Earth.
Absolutely.
In the future, within the last following 100 years, because this reality is already happened. Now, this is the reason why ancient text says, no future, no past. Everything is going on now. And for many people and for many scientists, this is very confusing information, because how it is possible. I was a young boy, now I'm grown-up person, then I'll die. My grandmother, my kids, what it means, there is no past, there is no future. But just open your brain and look on the situation. It means that in a parallel dimension, you also exist in this particular body. But in a parallel dimension, you may be even still child. In another civilization, you are already very, very old man.
Yeah.
But in the third one, you already died. But in the fourth one, you already has got a new body.
Yeah.
So you just look where you have got your body.
Right.
And if you just take an account that if we take just 100 cases of such events, parallel dimensions,
yeah,
at least 95 cases in 95 dimensions, situation is always one and the same. It means you can look into 95 dimensions and you can see what happened with our civilization or what will happen with it.
Absolutely.
But on the 5%, something new, something different. But this 95 says that we're going to have a big problems in the future, and we have a chance to correct the situation and change it for better. So, for this, we need just to realize reality and try to find friendly relationships with these parallel dimensions on a peaceful, spiritual level, preparing our kids.
Absolutely.
Their spirituality. And then we will be.
Very good. So are we, what I'm understanding, I mean, we need to synchronize ourselves then. We need to synchronize ourselves with other parallels, which is, dare I say, ourselves?
Yeah, on one hand, this is the reason why people encounter in their life something what we know as a déjà vu. Mm-hmm. They said, oh, it looks like I have been here. And this event's already happened. It's not because it happened here in this dimension. No. It's because it's happened in the parallel dimension. But you here in this dimension, in all other dimensions, where you have this particular body, you are perfect receiver and transmitter because all amount of cells are equal. So it means, on one hand, we can say that this informational transition, this channel between you here and you there, is very close. But I would say, in reality, there is no channel. Because you are here and you are there, you are the one.
Absolutely.
And you can read, you can know what happened there. And very often, by the way, or sometimes, people can get access to the information and they say, oh, déjà vu, I have been here. This is just the provement, small provement that world is constructed by a very special way. But for the clever people, which are not interested in the provement, they are interested in technology. They're interested to know which way to go
Absolutely.
to get this information,
Absolutely.
how to use it, this information, not for my personal materialistic interests. It should be used for the interest of the whole humanity.
I was just going to ask that if that was for personal interests, finding out, what is happening in the future, but you just said that was for the collective interests. And basically, so in order to communicate with the other side, obviously, we just went over that the first hour, that there is very little hope for all the souls to be on board. So there's going to be a collected, a handful of souls that are a very, very high level, skilled, who are able to make a connection. You were talking about making a connection. So how many individuals do we need for that in order to be prepared for the 120-year-old mark, where the Earth self-defense mechanism is not strong enough anymore to defend from the meteorites? And in order, you said that there will be very little time left. And as we're approaching closer, then a handful of souls are going to be prepared enough to make that connection with the other side.
All depends, we need just one person for the beginning.
Now. Too many questions. I wanted to ask about the HARP technology, because what's going on now with the fires and the temperature of the Earth. I really like a saying that one friend of mine said that the Earth is like in a fever, like an ill individual, an ill person in fever, and
I wouldn't take like this. No. Planet Earth is a living organism. Everything is okay with the planet Earth, but I would prefer to use another description. Which one? If you ask me, I tell you like this. Okay, you are going along the street. And if you feel yourself well, and next minute you are passing the big, like a big, huge box standing on the corner, which is an electrical power station, which distributes electricity from one wire to different houses. And it vibrates with very powerful electromagnetic fields. And when you go in closer and your aura is touching this unnatural electromagnetic field, you feel like internal negative reaction from your immune system, which stands to defend your body against this influence. And this reaction of immune system can cause even sweat. You can feel pain. You can start tremble. But it's not because your body is ill. No, it's just a reaction of your immune system. The same with the planet Earth. The planet Earth together with the solar system, is flying through the galaxy in spiral. Smaller spiral, it's like a thread, and then this spiral in a big spiral moves through a certain parts of the galaxy where electromagnetic field is different. And at a certain period of time, when planet Earth is moving through, like passing by this electric power station, these fields are affecting the sun. Sun starts to explode, start to react. This sun and magnetic storms through, endless number of charged particles which are flying to the planet Earth and affect its magnetosphere. And the planet Earth is reacting also. The immune system of the planet Earth is reacting. That's the reason why some people start to behave themselves crazy, and animals starts to run to and from, and cows starts to cry. Okay, and this is the normal process. And this process happens pretty often, and this process is affecting our energetical system by a very special and negative way. And this is one of the most reasons why ancient, for example, like ancient Egyptian priests and pharaohs, they used the wands of Horus to prepare the body, to help immune system to survive in this negative electromagnetic survival environment, which is taking place for a certain period of time. Then it will stop, and everything will be okay. But we need to know that it will happen, and we need to get prepared for these events.
Absolutely. Okay. So let me just get this straight. Let me really get this straight. Okay. So everything that is happening right now around the world, is this being caused then, you said something more intelligent, something more higher. Is that the organizer of connecting us with ourselves? Because then the second minute you said that we need to connect the points, we need to be connecting with other versions of ourselves, to connect with other versions of ourselves. What is causing
not versions? No, it's not the other version of ourselves. It's one and the same version, but this is our higher self.
Right.
Because I just told you about this multiple dimensional structure of our planet. And it means that in each dimension, you have one and the same body, okay? Yeah. But you have one and the same consciousness. But it is impossible that it would be many equal consciousness, because if it would be many and equal, they would immediately put together as a one. It means that even all ancient text says that in each body we have one ka. We have different ba, but we have one ka. The consciousness, which is actually connected to the God, is the one. And this consciousness is in each body, one and the same.
Absolutely.
So the same happens with the planet Earth. Everything is according to the principle of anthropic similarity, if you want to understand how it works.
Yeah. Well, you were explaining your perception of God, how he is observing through the eyes of each human being, individual, and collecting information. I mean, I hope that this is what you're referring to, this is what we need to basically connect to. We need to synchronize the entire situation, and I hope that we don't need many individuals for this, because you said that we do need to connect, and there are going to be certain individuals prepared to do this task. So is this meaning that everyone else can just sit back and relax and let everyone else do the...
No. I told you before that we need to start this process at least from one person, but one person is not enough. We need to put our efforts, our energy, of consciousness together to create a new generation of people thinking on a different level, interacting with each other on a quite different positive level.
But there's not enough time, Valery. There's not enough, in a sense that
there's just we have time. We still have time. We still have.
But if you're looking at the younger children, sorry, now I'm gonna kind of go with this. When you look at the AI situation in the world, how that is developing, and if you're talking about the real world, and I'm gonna bring you real examples. If you look at, if you look at the children and their parents, the parenting, and
I'm not talking about these people.
Okay. Well,
because they already did their choice. I'm talking. It should be very clear. I'm talking about this, which are still here. They are not burned still. No, they didn't appear. They do not appear.
Who are they? I mean, are they special wave? Are they a wave of souls coming to rescue us? Because it's not looking good.
No. This is like a very esoteric way of understanding and thinking. Yeah. I'm pretty far from it.
Okay. Well, who are they? I mean, why are you talking about
No, not wrong. These are not special or selected or whatever. No. Actually, we can take any individual.
Okay.
Any. And we can help this individual to become a brilliant, diamond.
Yeah. So you're talking about building loads of pyramids around the world on acupuncture points and enhancing their.
Because
so it is individuals like you, who need to do all the dirty work and
not only me. I'm talking about all the people who understands what we are talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who are interested to invest their time and their energy in this process of perfection of this world.
Absolutely.
Not for money. Not just for their own benefit.
Yeah.
We are talking about humanity. Benefits will come.
Yeah.
And money will come. Don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the secondary result.
Yeah.
The first result is understanding. People have no energy.
Yeah.
You're talking. Well, you're getting up in the morning at 8 or 9 o'clock. You had her coffee. You go to your office, and in half an hour you're already sleeping. You have no energy to work. You have no energy to talk.
Yeah.
How is it possible? You have no energy to think. So, but what we understand as spirituality, what we understand as creativity, this is a very special type of energy. And if we create this source of energy, like thousands of years ago, such systems have been created in Atlantis.
Yeah.
This is the reason why at least 50% of Atlanteans, they were able to talk mentally, telepathically, not just because they were a very special group of people, selected group of people. No, just because they were living inside a very specially organized energetical complex. But when asteroid impact 13,671 years ago destroyed Atlantis, as Bible says, people lost ability to talk one language. And they started to talk different languages. Because proto-language was telepathic language. And this is the question, just energy. Nothing else. Energy. So if you take any child now, and you put this child in a very special energetical capacities, and you start to teach your child, very quickly his memory will start being perfect. He will be learning very fast, and he will be doing, or she will be doing, perfect things. The health will be perfect and understanding different. They will start to see what you never saw before, what they also never saw before. and their spirituality will getting to be changed very quickly. I told you, 10, maximum 15 years. But we need to make this step. We need just to, first of all, to learn about it, to know that it is possible. And if we really want it, then we need to make at least few steps in this direction. If we want. If we don't want, welcome. Asteroid is flying, and in 120 years, unfortunately, it will hit the Earth. And that will be the last moment. Or we can change our future for better destiny.
Absolutely. Do you think that that is okay if it does crash and burn? Do you think that is okay? That maybe new beginnings and...
it means that if we just again return back to this part of our conversation when I was talking about the planet Earth and at least 100 dimensions where we are living. So it means one dimension will be cancelled, eliminated, but the other 99 will stay alive. Except those ones who are a little bit back in the history as we are, and they are also coming to this situation. If they will do the same mistakes, this dimension also will be eliminated. Or if they do something to change situation for better, it will stay existing and alive. It's a choice.
Okay, sure. That's a very that is a very optimistic way of looking at things, I suppose. That is
This is the real way of thinking.
yes. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen, Valery? What is the outcome? Have you remote viewed into the future, like the ancient pharaohs, etc.?
Well, a very active sun is waiting for us. And this sun, this energy, which will be emitted by sun, will affect humanity, stimulating its activity. And people will be internally stimulated to do something. They will feel a strong wish to jump and do something. Some people will be writing poems, and other people will be making a wonderful spiritual drawings. And other people will make an order and will fly to bomb one or another country. All depends on understanding and level of spirituality, where actually we have to follow what is written, at least in the Bible, where it's written, don't kill each other. Because God is looking through the eyes of the people unto you, into your soul. Some real, very special and very heavy events are in store for us in the nearest future, nearest few years. And all depends on, first of all, on behavior of American administration. And what I told you now has nothing to do with the actual political situation between Russia and America. No, I am too far from that. Those people who really see what's going on, we see that America now in a very special way, in a very special situation, in convulsions. And everything will depend on how, in the following 1, 2, maximum 3 years, I think, they will behave themselves. Because even in some religious literature and in some other sources, there is a clear warning, that information that very, very soon, when the last American soldier will leave Iraq, a terrible, destructive, killing millions of people earthquakes will take place. And these earthquakes will be artificial from the beginning.
This is what I was referring to. So,
and if it will happen, then it will be the moment when external curators who is watching what kind of spiritual changes are getting or taking place in us, they will make a last decision, and then a very serious events will take place. First of all, these destructive earthquakes will affect the core, the crust and energetical system of the planet Earth, which then will be followed, this particular impulse will be followed by convulsions and secondary impulses from the core of the planet, from the energetical body of the planet. And earthquakes will happen in Indian Ocean, in Pacific Ocean, and it will cause even geological changes on the planet Earth.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which will affect our humanity, our level of relationships and technologies in a very deep, negative way. So what actually is going on now in Russia? We are trying to make our best to stop it, because if it's possible. And this is the main reason which stands behind the behavior of our president. He's not playing the games. He's just trying to avoid this negative scenario.
Well, he's been avoiding it very gracefully, and I was just going to say that it's looking positive after the last meeting between, obviously, Putin and Trump.
But you see, this etheric, what took place in American, Senate and, Parliament, they are actually, how do they treat their own president? It's wrong, because doesn't matter. Sure, Trump is a very special person. Very special person.
He's a wild card,
but,
yeah.
But the result of his work in the nearest future will be very positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was looking negative, but I mean...
Yeah, but the result will be very positive. And it now all depends on, do really people see this or not? Will they allow him to complete his mission or not?
Absolutely. People need to start believing. It's very very sad, how it's being encouraged, how he's being attacked. Of course, he's not perfect, but I think the outcome is...
There is no perfect people on this world. Putin also is not perfect. But what differentiates our president from others? Because he is absolutely honest. People cannot accept this reality, that Putin is absolutely honest.
Yeah, no, of course. And people don't want to even listen to the latest speeches by him. Only your side. That's why Russia is supporting him now. They finally, thank God, they started listening to their own president, because I know a lot of Russians who are against Putin a while ago, but now, it's the tables have turned, and hopefully, yeah, this is looking really positive. I'm gonna be honest with you; it is looking good. That last meeting.
But the time will come very soon, and people in the world will understand what was the reason behind this negative reaction of a certain group of businessmen in Russia against Putin.
Of course.
Actually, they are against him just by one very clear reason, because Putin do not want anymore allow these people to steal money from their own country.
Yeah, exactly. If you do your homework, then you'll see exactly what's been going on. Yeah, he's done your country a big favor, and hopefully it's going to continue that line. Really, honestly, really and truly.
Today we touched with you many different topics. They are on one hand are very, very different on a different level, but on the other way they are all closely connected.
They are, yeah, and you said about the Iraq, if this event happens, I just want to go down that way. So basically, if it's going to continue like this, with good relations between the East and West, then I don't think that event that you just mentioned about the Iraq, that is going to happen. It's not going to happen if it's going to continue like this, because it's looking positive now. We need to believe in that. It is up to us to start believing as well. So that is our contribution, and I really think that we don't need everyone on board to shift into that positive reality. I really think that we just need a small handful of humanity to start doing self-development work, believing in that positive probability. I do have mixed feelings about this new agey love and light movement. There is many organizations with many thousands of people going into a meditative state collectively. I've been offered to join these groups, and I've refused personally. And I feel like they're tuning into something else. There's something fishy going on there. And they are meditating for the planetary well-being, to raise its frequency. Believe me, there are thousands of people belonging to certain groups that I'm not going to mention here. What do you think of that, Valery? Is that the way as well to contribute to a more positive outcome, to avoid all this catastrophic events?
I think, first of all, we need to share what we are talking about today with these people. Because all these people are needed is a real pure understanding of what's going on now and what happened with our planet within the last 15,000 years. Then the actual situation, and the reasons which stand behind these events will be clear, will be understandable. And then only then we can take consciously our part in the future development of our civilization. Unless, if we do not know what happened and what is going to happen, we won't be in time, and all our steps will be in the wrong direction. It is good that people are getting together and are meditating for the future, for the better future of our planet. But listen, when asteroid will be flying in the direction of our planet, these very kind and honest people won't be able to stop it just by meditation. We need a real equipment.
Absolutely.
We need a real tool. And here, we need to put together all our military efforts. But plus, contact with the parallel dimension in civilization on a peaceful, consciously controlled level, trying to put our efforts together, then we have a chance.
Can I ask you a question, Valery? Do you think the leaders, Putin and Trump, are going to do some sort of disclosure? Because I feel like releasing real, authentic information to make people aware is going to help at least to get there faster, because people are in total ignorance. So if the leaders of the countries that they that come forward and say what has really been going on in certain locations in the world, and
I would say
and to make aware of the probable future that they're probably aware of as well. They do have the technology to see these catastrophic events approaching. So are they going to come forward and do the whole speech and make us aware that we don't have a lot of time left, and you need to start preparing yourselves? Do you think this is going to happen already? I mean, I believe in Putin.
I think that first of all, we shouldn't interrupt